Non-human intelligence is interacting with humanity, and it's a global phenomenon. This is what a U.S. space commander claims. It's a global phenomenon. It's affecting other countries, not just the United States, according to Colonel Carl Nell. The recent head of the Pentagon's Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon UAP task force said recently that non-human intelligence is interacting with humanity. Colonel Carl Nell was speaking at the SALT conference in New York about non-human intelligence, NHI, and UFOs. On April 12, 2021, the Pentagon confirmed the authenticity of pictures and videos gathered by the UAP task force showing pyramid-shaped objects hovering above the USS Russell in 2019. So non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity, Colonel Nell said. And this is not new. It's been going on. Unelected people in government are aware. The high-level military officer was asked how confident he was about all this, and he replied, "There is zero doubt." He gave a quick rundown of his career for the many financial professionals in attendance at the event. He said, "I worked on Space Command. I commanded a satellite ground station war traced to the Joint Chiefs. I spent time at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. The Army sent me for a master's in strategic studies, and I ended up at Bell Labs," he said. He ended at Lockheed Missiles in Space. He said, "I went on to Northrop Grumman. I ran strategic tech in defense, 3-letter agencies, deputy CTO and vice president of a number of firms," he said, and stayed in military and commanded at every grade level through brigade, ended up at Army's Future Command and the UAP Task Force. Colonel Nell gave reasons why the presence of non-human intelligence is not admitted openly by the government. He also questioned why people would be surprised. He said, "Very high-level folk with access to the information have come out now and said the same thing. People in the position to know are telling you the same thing. What is so unusual? There's billions of stars in the galaxy," he said. He said there are 6 basic reasons: national security, lack of a plan, potential societal disruption, the possibility of non-public agreement, misdeeds and covering that up, basic organizational intransigence. National security supersedes all others, he said. A responsible leader would be irresponsible to come forward without a plan. And the colonel gave reasons why the public deserves to know exactly what's going on. He says 3 reasons trump up the other 6. Moral right. The nature of reality is not government information. Government exists for and by the people, and people have a right to know the world we live in. And the pursuit of happiness requires this knowledge. Misdeeds need to be remedied. Social advance. More brain trust needs to be brought into the topic to improve society. Anyone paying attention realizes UAP UFOs are real. They are not ours and not our adversaries. The Pentagon already said that. That shoe already dropped. If the president says it's NHI, non-human intelligence, that will precipitate questions as the government is not ready to answer, with potential negative effects on society. All these civilizations in the past have failed and never to return, highly civilized and advanced, yet they failed due to stresses they could not address. He says our society today is similarly fractured, fragile. It mirrors this scenario for a responsible decision maker that is a factor. Nell spoke about the possibility of humans being confronted with the reality of religious beliefs and the possibility of a threat facing humans. He said, "Pose the question if you are confronted with the reality of the metaphysical, an angel, a messenger from God. That will be a sea state change in your dealing with reality. It's one thing to believe and another to know." Yeah, it's one thing an angel of God, another thing being a demon from the evil one, right? Now, the universe is governed by conservation laws, conservation rules. This reality forces a Darwinian competition in order to survive. He said it's naive to expect altruism from non-human intelligence unless you get to a state of post-scarcity where there is no physical needs we are encumbered with in this universe. It's the economics of the future which will determine whether there is cooperation, competition, or symbiosis. And to assume malintent or complete altruism is somewhat naive. This is a global phenomenon. It's affecting other countries, not just the United States. Organized religion has a say. This is an all-planet problem. And this is on Sunday World by Neil Ferretier. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.